Hey, can I ask you something real quick? Picture the biggest game of the year. The room is electric. Strangers are hugging, grown adults are screaming at a screen, and someone just spilled their drink from pure excitement. And you're sitting there with a polite smile, secretly counting the minutes until you can slip away to your book, your journal, your quiet walk, or even just the peaceful hum of your own thoughts. If that scene feels painfully familiar, this video is for you. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not missing the fun. You're wired for a different kind of game entirely. And today, we're going to prove it. Number one, your brain is playing an entirely different sport. Most people chase the roar of the crowd because their nervous system is built for high stimulation, quick reward loops. Yours? It's calibrated for depth, pattern recognition, and long-form meaning. While they're riding the dopamine wave of every goal, every tackle, every dramatic replay, your brain is quietly screenshotting the emotional undercurrents. The father tearing up because his team finally won. The quiet kid in the corner who's pretending to care. The way the whole room breathes in unison. You're not watching the game. You're watching the human story inside the game. And that, my friend, is not a lesser experience. That's a rarer one. The neuroscience behind your indifference. Let's get a little scientific, but stay with me. It's beautiful. People who live and breathe sports often show higher baseline sensitivity to reward prediction error in the ventral striatum, the brain's scorekeeper. A sudden goal lights up their dopamine like fireworks. Your brain? It lights up in the default mode network, the same region that fires when you're daydreaming, reflecting, creating, or lost in a novel. Studies on sensory processing sensitivity, yes, the official term for I feel everything, show that roughly 15 to 20% of us process stimuli more deeply. Loud stadiums, flashing lights, overlapping screams, that's not excitement for you. That's overload. Your mirror neurons are busy too, just not with the players. They're mirroring the quiet tension in someone's shoulders when their team is losing, the unspoken pride in a grandfather's eyes, the loneliness of the fan whose friends left early. You feel the invisible game. And here's what nobody tells you. That quieter dopamine pathway is actually linked to higher creativity, stronger long-term memory, and deeper life satisfaction. The fireworks fade. The meaning you extract, it stays. What this looks like in real life. Monday morning at the office. Everyone's dissecting yesterday's match. You smile, nod, maybe drop a safe, "Yeah, that was wild." Inside, you're thinking about the plot twist in the book you stayed up reading, or the conversation you had with your plants while watering them. Family barbecue. Uncle Bob wants to know your teen. You gently say you don't really follow sports. The table goes quiet for half a second, that awkward micro-pause that says, wait, what do we even talk about now? Or the classic, you're at a party and someone yells, "Did you see that?" And you realize they're not talking to you. They never were. These moments used to make you feel small. Now you're starting to see them for what they are. Evidence that you're operating on a different operating system, one that values presence over performance, connection over competition. The hidden superpower you've been carrying this whole time. Here's the plot twist. While others are glued to the scoreboard, you've been training something far more valuable, emotional intelligence on steroids. You notice when someone's enthusiasm is masking pain. You remember the tiny details, the way a player's shoulders dropped after a missed shot, the flicker of real joy in a child's face when their hero scored. That same wiring makes you exceptional at reading the room before anyone else, creating art, stories, music, or ideas that actually move people, building relationships that last longer than a season, thinking 5 moves ahead in life, not just in a game. You're the person friends call at 2 a.m. when the world feels too loud, because you've spent years learning how to sit with discomfort instead of drowning it out with noise. That's not a side effect. That's a feature. The shadow side no one talks about. But let's be honest for a second. This wiring comes with a tax. You felt the loneliness of not belonging to the easiest social script on the planet. You've smiled through "you should really get into it" comments that secretly translated to "why aren't you normal?" You've wondered if something's wrong with you because the things that light other people up leave you cold. And sometimes, in the quiet, you've questioned whether you're missing out on life. You're not. You're just paying attention to a different channel. Why society gets this so wrong? We live in a culture that turns sports into modern religion, complete with rituals, tribes, heroes, and villains. It's easy, it's loud, it's shared, and it sells. Billions of dollars in jerseys, ads, and emotional allegiance. So when you opt out, it feels like rebellion. But it's not. It's simply a different evolutionary strategy. In every ancient tribe, there were the hunters and the storytellers, the warriors and the healers, the ones who ran toward the danger and the ones who sat by the fire remembering the stories so the tribe would survive another generation. Both were necessary. Both still are. The beautiful outcome is you weren't built to cheer, you were built to witness. When you stop trying to force yourself into the stadium lights, something magical happens. You start showing up fully to your own life. You discover the sports you actually love, maybe trail running at dawn, yoga that feels like prayer, or dancing alone in your kitchen like nobody's watching. You find your people, the quiet ones, the deep ones, the thinkers, the feelers, the creators. And you realize the game was never the point. The point was learning how to be fully human in a world that sometimes mistakes volume for value. The quiet observer who sees what others miss. So the next time someone asks, "What's your team?" you can smile and say with zero shame, "I don't follow the games, but I follow the stories. And I've got a front row seat to the most beautiful one of all, the one unfolding right here, right now, in the quiet spaces between the noise." You are not on the sidelines of life. You are the one who actually sees the field. If this video made you feel seen, do me a favor. Drop a comment and tell me, what's one quiet thing you love more than any scoreboard? I read every single one. If you're new here, hit subscribe and that little bell so you never miss a reminder that your wiring is not a flaw, it's a feature. And if you want the deeper, unfiltered versions of these conversations, the extended meditations, the private live streams, come join us in the membership. The door is always open for minds like yours. Next time, we're talking about why you've always preferred one deep conversation over 100 shallow ones. You're not going to want to miss it. Until then, keep noticing what others miss. The world needs your eyes. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of that beautiful, quiet mind of yours.